the problem. The world is a mess. The polar ice caps are melting, democracy is being undermined, poverty rates are increasing, inequalities are growing, military conflicts are raging, and basic human rights continue to be out of reach for millions of people. And those are just the things I can think of before my morning cup of green tea. How do we tackle these seemingly insurmountable problems that have plagued our generation and many before us? How do we change course from entrenched partisanship to a culture of cooperation and empathy? Well, a mediator and a political scientist think they have figured out a way to change the current disheartening trajectory of our society. Motivated by our shared passion for creating a positive change in the world and empowering others to rise as leaders, Matthew DeSantis and I have founded Teen Think Tank Project. Hi all, I'm Kelly Nagel, co-founder of Teen Think Tank Project, host of Here's the Problem podcast, and resident political scientist. Teen Think Tank Project was created with the vision of giving teens a voice in the world they will inherit. We cannot expect change without equipping the next generation with the critical thinking, leadership, and research skills needed to be future agents of change. In a society that has become more polarized, where fact-based information is becoming scarce, and with a dwindling appetite for compromise, the Teen Think Tank Project is needed now more than ever. We will work with exceptional high school students to develop foundational skills and gain a diverse perspective on multidimensional problems. These skills will ensure our students find success in college and beyond, and become the future change makers of society. Teen Think Tank Project fosters tomorrow's leaders by creating an extracurricular program that provides exceptional high school students with the opportunity to explore, develop, and broaden their communication, research, decision-making, and analytic skills through the creation of a student-centric think tank. The cultivation of these skills will not only lead to a more robust secondary education experience, but also empower the students to become future agents of change and address the problems they encounter on a local, national, and global level. In order to facilitate the goals of the Teen Think Tank Project and engage both our students and our listeners in thought-provoking conversations, we've created this podcast. Each week, thought leaders and experts will join me to explore a specific problem facing our society. We will rely on fact-based information, listen to understand, and challenge our own ingrained perspectives. Because at Here's the Problem podcast, we believe that this is the only way to chart a course towards cooperation, empathy, and ultimately effective change. In our first season, we will be laying the groundwork for identifying problems and hearing from students and experts alike in order to identify the most pressing issues facing our society and how we can start to address them. In our second season, we follow the progress of the Teen Think Tank Project's inaugural research group as the students study, dissect, and attempt to understand the issues surrounding sports and social justice and whether protest movements in sports are effective and sustainable. While the research cohort grapples with the polarized reactions to athletes using their platforms for social justice initiatives and the barriers to finding solutions for social justice issues, particularly racial injustice, I sit down with WNBA star Essence Carson, a former NBA player and current social justice activist Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, sports and social justice advocate Dr. Richard Lapchick, and USA Today national NBA reporter Mark Medina, just to name a few. We have eye-opening and spirited conversations, and culminating in a capstone presentation by the students outlining their findings and their conceptual framework for addressing social justice movements in sports. In our third season and beyond, well, you'll just have to subscribe and listen to find out. This is not only a passion project for myself, Matt, and the entire Teen Think Tank Project team. It's an innovative and viable way to help facilitate real and lasting change by empowering students and giving every teenager a voice in the world they will inherit. So join me every week as I talk to incredible students, thought leaders, experts, and change makers to explore the intrigues of some of the world's toughest problems. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and follow us on all social media platforms at problem_pod and at teen_think tank.